In 2024, China poured over $20 billion into smart factories and industrial robotics. Now imagine a factory that runs 24/7 without a single human on the floor. The real question is, is this the end of human labor as we know it? Welcome to the edge of a revolution. One that's not being televised but built. Piece by piece, wire by wire, in the heart of China. We're not talking about just machines or automation. We're talking about entire factories. Breathing data, thinking in algorithms, and functioning with robotic precision. China, the world's manufacturing powerhouse, is evolving. But this time, it's not betting on cheap labor. It's betting on intelligent machines. In cities like Shenzhen, Hangzhou, and Suzhou, futuristic manufacturing plants are operating with up to 95% automation. Humans are no longer running the show. They're observing it from glass-walled control rooms. This isn't science fiction, it's happening. And the implications are massive, not just for China, but for the entire global workforce. In this video, we'll take you inside the factories of the future. We'll see what's working, what's changing, and what it means for jobs, economies, and even your daily life. So why is China, a country historically known for its massive labor force, racing to replace people with robots? Well, let's break it down. First, there's a growing labor shortage. Yes, even in China. Younger generations no longer want factory jobs that demand long hours and noisy, high-pressure environments. The days of millions lining up for factory work? They're gone. Second, wages are rising. Fast. Over the past decade, the average factory worker's wage in China has more than doubled. Labor is no longer cheap. What used to be China's greatest advantage is now becoming a financial burden for manufacturers. Third, traditional manufacturing is inefficient. Humans make mistakes, they get tired, they need breaks. And in today's ultra-competitive global market, every second counts. If one human error delays a shipment by even a day, that can cost companies hundreds of thousands of dollars. Add to that the growing pressure to innovate and it becomes clear. The old model of mass human labor is reaching its limits. Even Western companies, the ones that once outsourced everything to China, are now demanding faster, leaner, more automated production. And China is responding with a bold, tech-fueled answer. This shift isn't just about economics, but it's about survival. The future isn't waiting, it's already under construction. So, what do these next-gen factories actually look like? Well, forget what you know about manufacturing. Forget the noise, the sweat, the chaos. Inside a robotic factory in Suzhou, for example, you won't see rows of workers in uniforms. You'll see robotic arms moving in perfect synchronization, assembling smartphones, cars, and precision tools, all with sub-millimeter accuracy. There's almost no noise, no shouting, just the soft hum of automation. It's eerie. And honestly, it's beautiful. Let's take an example. Midea Group, one of China's largest appliance manufacturers. In their smart factory, robots handle 80% of production. They don't just weld and assemble, they inspect, they package, and even communicate with logistics systems in real time. One robot passes data to another and the system adjusts itself. No manager required. And here's the wild part. The entire plant runs with just a handful of engineers, sitting behind glass walls watching dashboards filled with code, sensors, and analytics. The productivity gain? They produce twice as many units with half the human staff. And the error rate is near zero. Now imagine scaling that across a country. But it's not just about building faster, it's about building smarter. These factories use something called the Industrial Internet of Things, IIoT. Sensors embedded in every machine, every part, every system. Each piece of data is sent to the cloud, processed by AI and used to optimize everything, from supply chains to power consumption to predictive maintenance. One glitch in a motor? The system knows before the motor fails and reroutes production automatically. This isn't a fantasy. This is running today in factories like Haier's Qingdao smart plant, where refrigerators roll off the line completely customized. Every size, every color, every feature chosen by the customer online. With zero delay. No more mass production. Welcome to mass customization, powered by AI and robotics. But maybe you're thinking, okay, that sounds cool, but is this really that different from automation in the US or Europe? The answer, yes. And here's why. In the West, automation is often layered onto existing systems. It's added on top of human workflows. In China, especially in newer factories, automation is the foundation. Factories are built from the ground up with robots in mind. Human involvement is minimal by design, not by compromise. It's not man versus machine. It's machine, optimized by machine. And let's not forget the scale. China is deploying over 300,000 industrial robots annually, more than any other country in the world. By 2026, it's projected to have more operating robots than the next 5 countries combined. This isn't about staying ahead. This is about changing the rules entirely. So the real question becomes, what happens to economies and people when this model becomes the new standard? Let me take you to a factory in Dongguan. It belongs to Changying Precision Technology, a company that used to rely on 650 human workers to assemble mobile phones. Now, that number has dropped to just 60. The rest? Robots. Automated arms handle assembly. Guided robots deliver materials across the floor. AI vision systems scan for flaws at microscopic levels, faster and more accurately than any human eye. But the most impressive part? Production actually went up by 250%, and product defects? Down by 80%. Let that sink in. Fewer humans, more output, better quality. That factory is a living blueprint of what China wants to replicate across the entire manufacturing sector, and it's doing it. In 2022 alone, China designated over 100 lighthouse factories, ultra-smart, highly automated, AI-integrated sites that serve as national models for the future of industry. These aren't science projects. These are the new normal. And here's where it gets truly fascinating. These robotic ecosystems are designed not only to produce more, but to learn more. Every machine is a sensor. Every action becomes data. And that data feeds machine learning systems that constantly refine performance. Minute by minute, shift by shift. It's like a factory with a brain. One that never sleeps, never forgets, never slows down. So where does this leave us? Here's the reality. China is not just automating, it's reinventing manufacturing, from labor-intensive to labor-optional, from human-powered to data-driven. These robotic factories represent more than just a technological shift. They mark a civilizational pivot, where efficiency, intelligence, and scale collide to reshape how we build everything. This doesn't mean humans are obsolete, but it does mean the nature of human work is being redefined rapidly. What do you think? Is this the beginning of a golden era of innovation, or the slow disappearance of human labor? Drop your thoughts in the comments. We're reading all of them. And if this blew your mind, check out our next video, The Silent Rise of AI Cities, to see how automation is escaping the factory wall and entering the streets.